Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How are you? Once again, I hope you're looking after yourselves. I know lots of you have been doing your workouts, and that's great. So we're doing a Pilates workout this morning. So remember, as always, ladies and gentlemen, as I always say, some things never change. So anything that's not comfortable for you, you don't have to do it. Rest down if you need to. Try not to let your back do your work. So simple, always keep it in your mind to keep your ribs connected to your hips. So no arching of your back. If your lower back feels a little bit achy, which it can do when you start to work your tummy muscles, because obviously your lower back is your alternate area of muscle from your transverse abdominis muscle. So if it does feel a little bit achy, rest it down. Don't push yourself too hard, although you know my philosophy, ladies and gentlemen. Try it. If it still doesn't feel comfortable for you, then don't do it. But don't always assume that, oh, I can't do that, I can't do that. You'd be surprised what you can do when you really try, as you well know, ladies and gentlemen. So obviously changing the weather, which I think is quite nice. I love a nice walk in the evening when there's not very many people around, but antisocial me, and a little bit of rain in a nice sort of humid way is absolutely lovely. So I hope you're looking after yourselves. I know lots of you will be happy because the hairdressers are opening and there's more shops opening and all the rest of it. Not being a clothes shopper myself, not an issue for me. So just do be careful when you're out there, and try not to forget that that lovely virus that's hanging around out there is still out there. So do be careful and look after yourselves, okay? And I still notice that even in the queues for the shops and everything else, no chairs for anybody who's injured, older, or just feels tired or faint in that heat standing in a queue. So maybe somebody might think about that, you know, just in case somebody needed to sit down while they're waiting to get into those shops. Okay, and if you're shopping, enjoy yourself and keep your pecker up, and we'll get together soon when it's safe to do so. Okay, so feet nice and wide. We're going to warm up a little bit first. Bar, I know some of you may not have a bar, but you could use hand weights, or you can use nothing at all. It's a full workout without that. Okay, nice big deep breath in. And remember, as always, to stop if you need to. Don't continue to do your work just for the sake of hanging on and feeling that, oh, I have to get to the end, okay? Not always a good thing to have in your mind when you're working with your body. Always listen to your own body first and foremost. Any medical reasons why you shouldn't be doing anything, then don't do it. Drop the shoulders away from the neck, head nice and tall, ribs connected to the hips, which just means you're not standing like that or like that. Hips nice and level, toes forward and knees slightly soft. Nice big deep breath in, drop down. Shoulders relaxed, exhale. Now again, inhaling in preparation for your movement, exhaling as you execute your movement. And lots of people will say, oh, I can't get the breathing, I can't get the breathing. The breathing is just breathe. As we work out, we tend to hold our breath. So just make sure that you're not holding your breath. Okay, the reason the breathing, for me, I do push a lot on the breathing, is because every time you exhale out through your mouth, it connects with these pelvic floor muscles, your core, your transverse abdominis muscle. So if you're putting your body under stress or lifting heavy weights, you want to exhale. You don't want to breathe in, otherwise your lower back has no support there, or not much. 2 to go. Shoulders relaxing away from your neck. So don't be dragging your shoulders up into your ears, and gently release. Nice in breath. Now again, if you're stiff and tight in the neck and shoulders, listen to your neck and shoulders, listen to your body. Breathe in, exhale, and inhale, and exhale. Again, the only difficulty is that now your brain is thinking about your breathing. You imagine it's difficult, whereas it's not. Inhale, exhale. So you're just continuing to breathe in and breathe out. Make your circle smaller if your neck and shoulders are tight. Back the other way for 8. Inhale. Exhale. And 6. And 5. And 4. Soft knees. 3. And as you continue your movement, if you think about it, you may find yourself locking your knees. Continue. You may find your hips pushing forward a little bit. Your posture starts to get lost as we start to lose our mental focus. Last one. Now, nice exhale down. Again, try not to do this kind of thing here, okay? Just imagine you have 2 big bags of heavy shopping in your hands. Soft knees. Exhale. Don't push your hips out as you go to one side. Breathe out. You want to contract down on one side and lengthen and stretch the other side. Shoulders are relaxed. Head sits in the center of the neck and shoulder line. So in other words, you don't throw your head down just because your body bends. Remember, center of your shoulder line. Breathe in. Exhale. Inhale. Soft knees. Shoulders away from the neck. We're going to do that a little bit faster. 8. Now remember, as we do our repetitions, if you feel you need to rest, then do so. Don't continue just for the sake of it. And again, don't stop whenever I give a teaching point, otherwise you'll be standing still all the time because you'll just hear them through the whole class. 2 to go. Last one. Lovely. Now we're going to place our palms flat to our thighs. I'm going to think about where the tips of our fingertips are. We're going to breathe out. Now remember, you're not shoving with your arm. Your hips stay stable. What you're doing is you're sliding your right rib as close towards your right hip as possible. Breathe in. Same on the other side. Your hand goes further down your leg as a consequence of this trunk movement here. Not because you shove your hand down, which is the problem with movements like this, where people are inclined to maybe push. So exhale. A little bit faster, soft knees. Breathe in and out. In through the nose, out through the mouth. 4 to go. 3 to go. 2 to go. Last one. For those of you tighten the neck and shoulder, we're going to lift the shoulders and drop them. And lift them and drop them. Rotation. 4, 3, 2, 1. And back. 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to slowly turn our head out towards our right shoulder. Breathe in center and slowly out towards the left. Now, as you rotate your neck, remember, don't drag your left shoulder forward as you turn to the right. And don't draw your right shoulder forward as you turn to the left. Keep your shoulders back and down. Don't let your ear drop towards your shoulder. Keep your neck nice and long. Exhale. So you can feel the stretch from the bottom of the earlobe towards the top of the shoulder. Out the other side. And 4. Breathe in. Anybody suffering with vertigo or Meniere's disease or any little thing like that that gives you a little bit of dizziness, just be careful, always. Now, nice breath in. Nice squat back. Exhale. Breathe in. Hold the knees above the ankles. Don't push the knees forward. Float the arms forward to me. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. Can you hear the rain? Oh, lovely. Just gently press the weight back into the heels for 4. Inhale. Exhale. 3. Now, don't reach forward with your arms. Just float them up, long and lengthened, but not forced to the front. 2 to go. Exhale. Breathe in. Last one. Hold. Now I want you to just push your hip. Now don't do this, okay? That's like sliding your bum right and left. I want you to hold your squat line. Focus on your right hip and just imagine you were pushing it past the heel of your right foot and down a little bit. And then the other side. We want to keep the knees relatively in line with the ankles. So above the ankles, breathe out. And you should just feel that right into the top of the glute, outer edge where the glutes connect with the top of the thigh and back of the hamstring a little bit. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. So you're sort of setting your bum. So just imagine there was a little seat each side and you're just setting your hip down for 4 and 3. You should just be able to feel it right into the outer buttock muscle there. 2 and 1. And we're going to hold on this side. I'm going to just pulse. So just imagine there's the seat. Just sitting your buttock on it and lifting it a little bit. Knees are still in line. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Other side. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh, the sound of that rain is absolutely beautiful. Now remember with me, ladies and gentlemen, your squat is like this. Your plie is this, okay? So please with me, don't confuse this as a squat, all right? Toes are forward, squat, bum goes back. Plie, tailbone goes right down the middle of that position, okay? Now, very gently pick up your hand weights or your body bar or the shaft of a brush or a stick, anything that's safe, obviously. Nice big deep breath in. And we're just going to slowly exhale and breathe in down. Now remember, your goal, ladies and gentlemen, is to continue to try and breathe, maintain good posture, exhale, breathe in. So the knees are slightly soft, the hips are level and square to the front, the shoulders are relaxed and in the back. Relaxed in that way, I mean, as you pick up, you don't push up with the neck and the top of the shoulders. So just float those arms up. Exhale, breathe in. Breathe out, 8. Inhale, and again, we're keeping the ribs close towards the hips so that we're not arching the lower back. 6. Exhale, 5. Breathe in. Breathe out, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Breathe in. Exhale, 1. Inhale, we'll do 2 more. Breathe out. Breathe in. Exhale. And inhale. Well done. Now, we're going to place the bar here. Elbows to the floor. Wrists in line with the elbows. So make sure you're not pointing your wrists forward to me. Soft knees. Shoulders down. Ribs connected. Inhale in preparation. Exhale, rotate. Breathe in. Exhale. Now, ladies and gentlemen, try and make sure that when you turn out, okay, your back shoulder stays down. So it's as if you're separating yourself through your waistline. You're not bringing your hip forward to me. You're not lifting your back heel off the floor. You're not rotating the knees. The knees are soft. Exhale. You're rotating through your waist muscles. Breathe out. So you've got to keep your back shoulder down. Exhale on the rotation. Continue. That exhalation connects with your core and helps to prevent you from rotating too far round where you will go into your back. Now, it doesn't mean you would feel it in your back, but over time, bad technique creates problems. Exhale, breathe in, breathe out. You should be able to feel that just down the back of the side you're rotating to. Nice diagonal trunk rotation. Exhale, breathe in, exhale, inhale, exhale, shoulders down. 6. Breathe out and in. 5. And rotate. And 4. Exhale and 3. Shoulders down and 2. And 1. Lovely. Now we're just going to hold the bar in front of the thighs, the toes are forward. We're going to reset our posture so our head is tall, shoulders away from the neck. We're just going to push the bum back slightly. So you come into a hinge position and then gently push into the heels and bring yourself back towards the ceiling. So exhale. A little bit of weight back in the heels, push the bum back, keep the back nice and flat, and you just feel that stretch from the back of the knee up towards the top of your bum. Exhale. And lift. Shoulders relaxed. So again, big issue with things like this is that people push down, they round the spine, the shoulders come up into the neck. You want a nice flat back, so the bum goes back, shoulders stay away from the neck, and breathe in, lift. Exhale one more time, push back, flat back, and inhale up. You should feel a stretch in the back of your legs. We'll do 10 a little bit faster, but with control and focus. Inhale, breathe out, breathe in, exhale, and lift. Push back with the bum, trying to keep the back nice and flat so that if you drew a picture of yourself, it would be an L shape. Head to bum, bum to heel. And 3. Push the bum back. A little bit of weight into the back of the heels. The arms again are there because of the consequence of your chest bending forward, not because you're pushing your arms in isolation over the floor. 2 more. Last one. Hold. Now gently soften the knees a little bit, keep the back flat and pull. Elbows out to the side. We'll do 12, 11, 10, 9. Try and get your elbows to follow the ends of the bar. 8, 7, 6, 5. Keep the back flat. Try not to bring your hips forward to me, otherwise that can give you a little bit of ache in the lower back. 2 to go. Last one. And gently rest down. Lovely. We're going to take a nice in breath and under grasp on your bar, elbows close to the waist, shoulders away from your neck. And we're going to take a squat back. Exhale. Breathe in. Now remember, you're not coming forward with the chest. You're pushing your bum back. And I want you to circle that bar out towards me and back towards your hips via your ribs. So breathe out. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. So whether it's hand weights, one in each hand, a brush, not a hairbrush, a floor brush. Again, you can do that, just be careful you don't bang yourself with the end of the brush. 4 to go. 3 to go. 2 to go. And the challenge there is on your squat that you're actually trying to hold your form while you circle the bar, rather than squatting and then circling the bar. 3 to go. Exhale. And last one. And rest time. Lovely. Bicep curl. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now we're going to do a heel raise with that. Exhale up. Inhale down. Right up onto the tips of the toes. Head to the ceiling. Spine nice and long. Don't roll your wrists. Breathe out, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale. Breathe out. Breathe in. Now right up onto the tips of your toes. As if you're being tied to the ceiling through the top of your head. Ribs down. Exhale. Inhale. 6, 5, and 4. Press. Heels up high if you can. Try not to let your ankles rotate out or in. Last 2. Last 1. And lovely. Now, nice big deep breath in. You can hold the bar here, or you can take the bar up and just sit it below the neckline on the fatty part. Nice in breath, bum goes back. Exhale. Breathe in. Exhale. Inhale. Breathe out, bum back. Inhale. Breathe out. Keep those shoulders down, ladies and gentlemen. Feel the weight in the back of the heels. Exhale. Inhale. And now, even if you're working with weights, you've got to be very careful, because the mind will focus on the weights and you will quite possibly drop some of your mental connection with your form. 4 to go. Breathe in. Exhale. 3. Inhale. Exhale, 2. So you want to keep those shoulders down, elbows bent. Last one, hold and pulse. 10, 9, 8, knees in line. 7, weights in the heels, shoulders down. 4, 3, 2, 1, and gently lift. Undo the bar. Lovely. Now hands just below the shoulder line, knuckles facing forward, and wrists stay in line. Breathe out. Push. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. And you want that bar just sort of in the front of your deltoid or your shoulder muscle. Exhale. Breathe in. Let's do 12. Breathe out. And 10. Now you'll feel your neck and shoulders tightening a little bit. Relax them. Just keep thinking of your shoulders in your back and away from your neck. And 5. Exhale. And an awareness always of your pelvic floor muscles. So that internal lift from the front of your pubic bone internally up towards your belly button or your waist. So you're lifting your abdominals rather than this. 3 to go. 2 to go. Last one. Hold and relax. Lovely. Now, we're going to take ourselves down to the floor, ladies and gentlemen. So pillow or towel always for underneath your head or underneath any other part of your body where you might need it. We're going to take a nice in-breath. Shoulders relaxed, hips nice and level. And arms out wide. Feet and knees hip distance. We're just going to rotate. Inhale. Now don't let your legs go all the way to the floor if your back is a little bit dodgy or uncomfortable, or any part of your body. Neck, shoulders. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. And 4. And 3. So all these kind of movements. Good, again, the mental aspect of thinking about what you're doing with your body, the awareness of your control through your core, your breathing connected with your movement, and also for a stretch. Now we lift the feet off the floor. Just roll across the back of the hips and make sure you feel as if your lower back is lengthened in its normal position, not allowing your ribs to flare away from the hips. Flex the feet, knees are above the hip line, shins are tabletop on the return to center. And 6. Using the core tummy muscles to bring those legs back to center. 4 to go. Exhale, don't go over too far. Be aware of where you feel that down the sides of your waist. Again, if you weren't aware of your tummy muscles, you'll feel your back pulling off the floor. Don't allow that to happen. What you can do is replace your feet back on the floor and just do the previous movement. And now we've done far more than 4 more, but here we go. 3. Breathing in, breathing out. 2. You can see how as you rotate, your body moves down the mat. And 1. Back to center and release. Lovely. Now, shoulders are relaxed, resetting. We're going to take our right hand out to the side. Nice breath in. Exhale. Right foot over. I'm going to just lift the left shoulder towards the inside of the right knee. So we're going to breathe out and breathe in. And 10. And back. Hips are level. Now remember, when you lift that left shoulder, ladies and gentlemen, you don't lift your left hip. You make sure that your left hip stays on the floor. As you cross over, you don't bring your elbow in around your face. You're lifting the trunk of your body towards the inside of that knee. Make sure your knee's not stuck towards your chin. And don't tighten your neck as you do that. Roll. Always fluidity, flow in your movement. 2 to go. Last one, and pulse. 10, 9, 8. And what's happening? Rib to hip. 6, 5, 4, breathing. 3, 2, 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Lovely. Changing sides. Lift the bum, set it down, make sure the hips are level. Because every time you move and create a different movement, those muscles contract and release, and maybe they're still a little bit tight, so you want to always think of resetting your posture. It doesn't take very long. Nice breath in. Fingers of the right hand spread nice and wide. Left hand out level with the shoulder, not above it. Nice breath in. Exhale. Lift. Now remember, you want to be aware of using the strength of your core muscles to get yourself across a little bit towards that side. What you don't want to do is use your hand to drag yourself over. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Right hip stays on the floor. Right shoulder. So if you think of the back of your shoulder blade going on the diagonal line rather than dragging yourself over towards the left hand side of the room. Lift. And 6. And 5. Breathing in, breathing out. 4. And 3. And 2. And 1. And pulse it. 10. 9. 8. Keep breathing. 7. 6. 5. 4. Right hip down. 3. 2. 1. 2 to go. And rest down. By the way, look up a Netflix program called Curcon, C-U-R-C-O-N. Very, very good. Very, very good. The Other Mother, also very, very good. Now, nice big deep breath in. And we're going to exhale, lift the bum. Breathe in, down. We're going to bring our bar into this movement. So, shoulders nice and relaxed. Hands just shoulder width. Ribs down in the midsection, hips nice and level. And as we lift our bum towards the ceiling, we don't shove it. We just slowly drop that bar back and breathe in, lift. And just move back a little bit, ladies and gentlemen. So, back and down. Exhale. So we don't want to bring the bar all the way down here because sometimes it just encourages you to fling your bar back. Breathe in. Exhale. Breathe in. Exhale. Now, in any movement, continue your work if you can. In any movement where you're lifting your hips up into a bridge position, it presses your chin closer to your chest or vice versa. So if you feel more comfortable for this particular movement, you can move your pillow or towel away from underneath you. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Again, with regards to the height of your hips, you don't want your hips hanging down too low here because you can see what happens to your ribs in connection to your hips. You pick up an arch in your back. Continue if you need to. So up here you want a nice diagonal line between the side of your knee, the side of your hip and the side of your shoulder. Again, you don't want to push the hips too high, otherwise you hyperextend the lower back and that can give you discomfort in the lower back also. Just at the top of your movement, you should feel your buttocks and your thighs just working. The knees are in line with the feet. 4 to go. And breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. And obviously you were doing them all while I was teaching there, ladies and gentlemen. I personally prefer my pillow or towel. It's a flat pillow, so it just sinks. Now, nice breath in. We're going to take our hands a little bit wider with our hand weights or our brush shaft or our bar. Inhale through the nose, and remember you should be able to use your bar comfortably. If you're fighting with the weight of your bar, especially with regards to Pilates or anything else for that matter, you want to think about that, okay? You want something that pushes you to a point of challenge but doesn't make you feel as if you've broken everything in your body in order to get your workout done. So when you drop the bar back, you can feel, if you think about it, continue, even as you move your arms back without any weight in them, okay, you can feel how the ribs flare upwards to the ceiling. That tells you that the position of your back is changing. So you want to try and keep your ribs close to your hips, even as your arms go back. And that gives your back support. So breathe in, exhale, inhale, breathe out. And those arms are nice and wide. Slightly soft at the elbows. You've got to be very careful with these kind of movements, ladies and gentlemen, that you don't stress your elbow joints or your shoulder joints. Breathe in, breathe out. 4 to go. And when you do those movements, listen to your neck and shoulders, listen to your elbows, think about how your body changes form when you do that work. 4 to go. Rest if you need to. 3. Exhale. Holding the ribs down in the midsection. How do we do that? We're thinking about our tummy muscles and what's happening to our lower back. Now hold here and pulse. 10. Flat hands. 9. 8. 7. 6. Small movement. 5. Shoulders in the back. 4. 3. 2. 1. And gently up. Lovely. Hands nice and wide. We want the wrist just above the elbow. We don't want the wrist sitting like a shelf for the bar. Knuckles facing upwards to the ceiling. Now breathe out. And when you bring the bar down, don't let your arms rest on the floor. And when you push the bar up, don't snap through the elbow joint. So breathe in, breathe out. And 10. Nice and gentle. 8, 7, 6. And even with a light weight or light bar, because you're doing multiple repetitions, you'll still feel that work, okay? That conditions and tones the body. If you were doing weightlifting, you'd be doing less repetitions with heavy weights. In most cases, 7, 6, 5, 4. And what you don't want is to let the hands drop back here as you use your bar. Don't let the bar move back. 3 to go. Just above your chest line, your mammary flaps, your man boobs. 2, 1. Now we're going to bring the elbows in. We're going to move the bar back so that you can't see it. Eyes are directly to the ceiling. Now straighten the arms and bend. And keep your elbows in close to themselves. 10. And don't fling your bar up with your wrists, okay? Can you see what I'm doing here? Don't do that with the wrist. You want the muscles in the upper arms to do the work. You don't want to wear out your wrist joints. 10. Now, as you do this, you'll feel your ribs pulling away from your hips once again. Just rethink that. Bring them down a little bit towards your hips. And the elbows sometimes drift out. Not good for the elbow joint. So keep your elbows as if you had a big long straw between the insides of the joints. From elbow to elbow. 6, 5. Breathing in, breathing out. 4, 3, 2, 1, and gently bring it down. Now, nice in breath, arms up. Exhale, curl. And again, nice floaty movement forward with the bar, not shoving it to the knees. Our focus is tucking the chin gently towards the chest, curling the head, neck and shoulders forward, looking towards the front of the thighs. Breathe out, sliding the ribs to the hips. Keeping the back of the hips level and flat to the floor. 8 to go. And 7. And 6. So what you don't want to do is you go back towards your pillow or the mat. You do not want to let your ribs protrude upwards to the ceiling. Otherwise you're looking for momentum from the back to help you forward rather than the core. 2 to go. Last one. And rest down. Well done, ladies and gentlemen. Now it's got very grey in the sky and it's pouring, I see. So we're going to bring the bar underneath the knees and we're just going to flex the feet. Hands across the forehead. Now, again, you can do this with your hand weights. You could do it with the brush shaft. Big long stick. Nice in breath. Exhale, curl. Now, what I don't want to see is this. I don't want your knees pushed away from here. You can practice that. Look at that. Do that. Push your knees slightly out and what happens? You get a big arch in the back. It's hyperextended away from the floor and you start to lose control. So, in this position, your knees are slightly above your hip line. your lower back is in a more neutral position. So all I want you to do is rest the shoulders, hands on the head, forehead, breathe in through the nose, exhale. Now, you're not swinging your legs in and out, ladies and gentlemen. What you're doing is focusing on the front of your pubic bone and exhale. And imagine you're pulling internally, inside your body, from your pubic bone, trying to stick it a little bit closer towards your belly button. So, big out breath. And then just release back to where you started here. The problem with that is that people forget, they lose their focus, and in the release of that, they start to roll the knees too far out. So make your legs roll towards you simply by pulling tightly on your tummy muscles. Exhale, breathe in. And 7. And 6. And 5. So it's a very small, subtle movement. 3. Big pull back on those tummies. 2. And 1. And release. We're going to take our hands underneath that bar. I'm going to bend the elbows. And we're going to curl forward. Chin to chest and curl. And 10. And 9. So as you curl your ribs to your hips, just move your knees a little bit away from you and above the hips. And 6. And 5. Chin to chest, 4. And 3. And 2. And 4 to go. So those knees are still above the hips, ribs down towards the hips as you curl. 2. And 1. And relax. Gently leave the bum on the floor. Breathe in through the nose. We're going to place the fingertips on the hairline. I'm going to exhale, roll across the back of the hips. Make sure the bum is flat to the floor. Exhale, curl. And 9. Breathe in. Breathe out. 8. Now, if you need to, one hand at the back of the head. 7. 6. And 5. Again, remembering never to pull the head. Chin down, eyes on the thighs. Don't look at the ceiling as you curl forward. 3, 2, 1. Hold and pulse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And rest down. Take a big stretch there, ladies and gentlemen. Legs out nice and long. Arms up above the shoulder line if that's comfortable. Now, especially because you're on a pillow, try not to force your arms down towards the floor. Again, you can see what happens to your midsection as you do that. So try and keep your ribs connected to your hips at all times. If that means your hands are here, then well be it. There's no good at forcing your arms down there and thinking, wow, I've got my arms all the way to the floor, but at the expense of my back. So keep your ribs down. Nice in-breath. Nice out. And if you've got issues with your neck and shoulders, you can keep your elbows out to the side, your fingertips on the front of your shoulders, or just keep your hands on the floor. So everybody bring your hands across your midsection. Fingers just in line, 2 middle fingers. Big breath in. Hold the breath. And let it go. Now try and breathe in for a count of 7. 6, 7 and hold. Exhale out for 11. And relax. Breathe in. Those of you unsure of your core, that's one of the simplest ways, ladies and gentlemen, to find what it means to connect with your pelvic floor. Take a big deep breath in. Hold your breath. Remember, you're breathing in here for your relaxation and in between movements. You don't breathe as deep as this when you're performing your movements. Now, exhale out. Now, keep pushing your breath, and eventually you feel the bottom part of your body, your pelvis, pulling itself upwards. And that's because that's your pelvic floor muscles, your core, your transverse abdominis, connecting with your out breath. But that sense of tilting up is too tight. You never want that unless your movement specifically calls for that. You just want a nice controlled sense of awareness on your tummy muscles and your hips nice and level on the floor. Now we're going to gently bend our knees. We're going to roll our bum away from me, roll onto your side and lie on your belly. And we're just going to counteract a lot of our core work with some back extensions and back strengthening. So nice in-breath, we bring the chin towards the chest, arms are relaxed and away from the neck. So again, you can move your pillow away, make sure your face is not on the floor. Breathe in, hips nice and level, feet hip distance, and we're going to exhale, lift. And obviously, feet hip distance would be here, not out there. I was outside the edges of my pillow. Breathe out. Inhale. Now try not to shove yourself up. No good. When you lift yourself, ladies and gentlemen, remember you don't push your chin out there, because look what that does to your neck. Neck stays aligned. Think of the top rib. Big out breath. Relax your arms if you can. Keep them lengthened on the floor and try not to allow them to drag you up off the floor. Push the hips down, lift the top rib, exhale, inhale, breathe out, lift, inhale, exhale. And as you come up here, you can feel your glutes, your buttock muscles all tighten, because they know what they have to do. You don't need to squeeze them in order to get yourself up. Because sometimes I feel that when you squeeze other muscles in order to perform a movement, you lose the central focus of your strength coming from your core. So if you breathe out, push the hips down, lift the top rib, inhale, lower, you can feel your muscles working naturally themselves. Whereas if you squeeze the buttock and prepare to lift, it's a completely different feeling. That's my personal opinion. Exhale, up. Now we're going to do 8 a little bit faster if you can, but don't lose your control on your form. Breathe out. 7, elbows are soft, shoulders relaxed. 6, exhale, 5, breathe in. 4, breathe in. 3, can you hear the rain now? 2, and 1, and rest time. Lovely. Shoulders nice and relaxed. Hear it? Really, really noisy. Now, nice big deep breath in. Hands here. Listen. Wow. Isn't that beautiful? Now, you want your elbows in close. Hands just a little bit in front of the shoulder line. I'm going to push and down. Exhale. Now, try and keep your hips to the floor. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Those elbows are in close. 6 and 5 and 4. Shoulders in the back. 3 and 2 and 1. Ladies and gentlemen, don't let the elbows go out. Keep them in and slowly down. Nice breath in. Bend the right knee. Lift a little bit. Set it down. Now, push the hip into the floor. Right elbow is soft. Left hand underneath your forehead. Keep the hips nice and level. Breathe in through your nose. Exhale all the way out through your mouth. Don't pull your foot closer to your bum. Soft elbow. Push down with the hip. Lovely. Release and switch out the other side. Make sure you don't pull your foot off to the left hand side. Lift the leg, press it back down again. That's just to elongate the front of the quadricep. Elbows soft. Push the left hip down into the floor. Try and keep both hips level. Shoulders relaxed. A little TP. TP. And rest your head on that. It's a nice position to keep your neck aligned. Whoa, feeling that down the front of the thigh. And nice in-breath. Gently bring your hands back. And press up. Separate the knees. Now just push your bum back rather than sit on your feet. Just push your bum back as if you're tucking your tailbone a little bit back towards the ceiling. Arms extended. Again, if that's too tight for your neck and shoulders, just rest your elbows down. Chin tucked in towards the chest. Breathing in through the nose. Exhaling out through the mouth. And again, anybody with any issues with their knees, lower back or hips, you can still perform that stretch, not going back too far, just holding here, placing your pillow or towel underneath your knees. Now, this right knee goes below your right hip, left leg out, lift the hip, and extend into that stretch. Fingertips just nice and long, breathing in through the nose, shoulders away from your neck. Just feeling that lovely stretch right down the trunk of the body, from the base of the right arm towards the left arm towards the left hip. Now gently turn your shoulders slightly towards the corner of your room. And you can just feel that stretch increase slightly further in towards the back of the shoulder there. And breathe in and release. Hand out, leg out, always in line with the hip. Bring the hip forward towards me and lift this top hip to the ceiling. Slowly extend the arm. Nice breath in, the toes are forward on that right foot. Soft left elbow, shoulders relaxed, breathing in through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. Now slowly turn that right shoulder just towards the corner of your room. So you don't turn your body as such, you isolate the shoulder, feeling the stretch. Slight lift on the tummy to protect the back if you need it. And gently back. Slowly bring that leg in. We're going to separate our feet. Turn the toes forward if you can. We're going to walk back towards the gap between the toes, chin in towards the chest, slowly down onto the palms of the hands. Remember, if you can't get your palms to the floor, that's not a problem. Hands around your outer ankles, calf muscles, thighs. Breathe in through the nose, exhale out through the mouth. Feeling that stretch just up the inside of your adductor muscles there, ladies and gentlemen. Walk your heels and your toes in until they're just below your hips. Soft knees, slowly roll up through the spine. We're going to take our right arm across, press between the elbow and the shoulder. Pull your right shoulder to the corner of your room behind you. Oh, listen to that rain. Shoulders down. Again, the press is between your elbow and your shoulder. Left shoulder down into your back, but slightly towards the corner behind you on the diagonal. Breathe in through the nose. Lovely. Nice right arm extension to the ceiling. Again, we're just going to push those fingertips to that tricep muscle. Head nice and tall, ribs down in the midsection, knees slightly soft. Inhale through the nose, exhale. Gently release, arm up, bend the elbow, shoulders nice and relaxed. Again, ribs down, feeling that stretch from the elbow. Try not to bring yourself forward. You can press your fingertips back if you find that if you're a little bit restricted in your movement there, your arm might come forward. Feet nice and wide, lovely. Rotate the shoulders back. Take the hands behind the back. Extend. Just remember that imaginary ball between the shoulder blades, just squeezing. Want the hands as far away from the bum as possible. Lovely. And release. Nice little shoulder roll. Big deep breath in. Exhale down, breathe in, breathe out one more time, and well done, ladies and gentlemen, good work. I hope you enjoyed that. So look after yourself, feel a little bit more stretched out after that, hopefully. Look after yourself, and again, wash your hands, keep your distance, stay safe, and hopefully see you all soon. Once again, we'll probably be in the last batch of everybody to get out. But we want to make sure that when we are out and doing our classes that we're safe, okay? So I've got your spray, I've got your masks, I've got your gloves. So all we got to do is get our space. All right, lots of love and see you soon. Bye-bye.